ConsenSys is just raised $200 million to hire 400 new people. That raises their valuation to $3.2 billion. ConsenSys, of course, is a Brooklyn startup run by Joe Lubin, who is one of the Ethereum co-founders and has been basically the war chest guy for Ethereum. He's built a lot of products, or at least funded them, from MetaMask to Truffle. A lot of developers use these products every day, and they've been doing very well during this bull run. Zach, it's crazy to look at this funding round and look at 400 people they're trying to hire. Back in 2018, 2019, Ian Allison and others at CoinDesk had some great reporting on how ConsenSys was struggling to keep going during the bear market there. And now they're back and they're doing better than ever, and they have a lot of money here. What's your take on this, this bounce back story?
Yeah, longtime observers may see this as a bit of history repeating. I know I did when I edited this piece. Credit to Danny Nelson for talking to the ConsenSys team and getting some of these hiring plans on the record. But you're right, Will. As you remember, this is a company that surged to prominence, hired super fast, probably too fast than was prudent, and then had to suffer through some pretty significant layoffs for a number of years there as Ether, the price of Ether, tanked back in 1819. So the fact that they're back on the hiring wagon is notable, but does suggest sort of interesting parallels to what happened during the last bull run, right? Where Ether was surging, the promise of this technology was large, ConsenSys ramped up to seize that opportunity and didn't quite hit the mark and ended up having to go through some pretty painful cutbacks. So interesting to see this turnaround. They remain a super duper important part of the Ethereum ecosystem. Just like if you just look at Infura, which is a backend service provider that supports a lot of the dApps in the space, and you look at MetaMask, which is how a lot of people, I might even say most, interact with Web3 at present. They really are a key cog in the Ethereum world. And so, the 3.2 billion valuation certainly deserved and maybe a little bit on the low side when you think about how big of a force ConsenSys remains in making sure that Ethereum still works. So interesting to see that they're back, they're growing, they got some fresh money on the table, and now they're gonna again try to seize the day as Web3 sort of takes that next step. So interesting stuff. Jen, curious for your thoughts.
Yeah, I wanted to point to some of the investors in this round. So third point, Marshall Wallace, HSBC, not the usual contenders we see when we're talking about these massive rounds, especially over the last few weeks. We've been talking about billions of dollars. And there's a quote in an article published by Bloomberg from Joe Lubin, ConsenSys CEO. He says, "These partners will help us stay close to the bleeding edge of our ecosystem. It's really important to us that not only these investors come from traditional finance and DeFi, but they are also based in different regions of the world, helping us accelerate the global adoption of Web3. And so that, I think, gives us a little look into how they're seeing the future. But I also think there's probably a strategic play here for some financial players and tech players who have a good standing relationship with regulators. So I think we can watch those partnerships. But Naomi, I saw your hand go up.
Yeah, I just wanted to read a quote from ConsenSys Chief Strategy Officer Simon Morris, who said that there is a war for talent going on and they're going to make sure that they can grow their team. This is not just a war in crypto. Let's be mindful, Silicon Valley right now is fighting for people. So many companies are moving into the digital realm. Programmers are needed more than ever. And it's really difficult to hire for most tech companies right now to find that talent. And so it's no surprise to me that the companies with a lot of investment capital are just putting that towards hiring and trying to get the best talent possible. What we're witnessing at the moment is really a changing skill set. People needing to retrain, go into this new area is what happens when you have any sort of technological innovation. You just need huge training for large swaths of people. And it's currently just, we're not there yet. We don't have the numbers in order to fill all of these jobs that all these companies are looking for. And so it's very interesting to watch this shift happen in real time and to kind of see this whole digital transition occur. So we'll see who's going to be successful out of that, because whoever can attract that talent is really going to come out on top.